Today we are covering the female reproductive system, one of the most important and most examined topics in biology. We are going to go through every organ, understand exactly what each one does, follow the full menstrual cycle, look at the structure of the egg cell, and understand the 4 hormones that control the entire system. Everything will be named correctly and explained clearly. Let us get into it. Now, the anatomy overview. The female reproductive system consists of 5 main parts. First, the ovaries, 2 small glands that produce egg cells and the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Second, the fallopian tubes, also called oviducts. These are the tubes that carry the egg from the ovary toward the uterus. This is also where fertilization takes place when a sperm meets the egg. Third, the uterus, also known as the womb, a thick muscular organ where a fertilized egg implants and develops into a baby over 9 months. Fourth, the cervix, the narrow lower end of the uterus that opens into the vagina. And fifth, the vagina, the canal that receives sperm during sexual intercourse, allows menstrual blood to leave the body, and serves as the birth canal during childbirth. The ovaries are 2 small, almond-shaped glands positioned on either side of the uterus. Here is something remarkable: a female is born with all the egg cells she will ever have. At birth, the ovaries contain approximately 1 to 2 million immature egg cells called oocytes. By puberty, that number has fallen to around 300,000 due to natural cell death. Over a woman's entire reproductive lifetime, only about 400 to 500 of these eggs will ever be released. Inside the ovary, each egg develops inside a fluid-filled sac called a follicle. As the egg matures, so does the follicle. When the egg is ready, the follicle bursts open and releases it. This is called ovulation. The empty follicle then transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum, which produces progesterone. The menstrual cycle is a monthly series of changes in the female body that prepares the uterus for a possible pregnancy. The average cycle lasts 28 days, though anywhere between 21 and 35 days is considered normal. The cycle is divided into 4 phases: menstruation, the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. The entire cycle is controlled by 4 hormones: FSH, LH, estrogen, and progesterone. If a released egg is not fertilized by a sperm, progesterone levels drop, the endometrium lining of the uterus breaks down and is shed as menstrual blood, and the cycle begins again from day 1. Phases in detail. Phase 1 is menstruation, covering days 1 to 5. The endometrium lining breaks down and leaves the body as menstrual bleeding. Hormone levels are at their lowest at this point. Phase 2 is the follicular phase, covering days 6 to 13. The pituitary gland releases FSH, which stimulates a follicle in the ovary to grow and mature. As the follicle grows, it produces estrogen, which causes the endometrium to thicken again in preparation for a possible pregnancy. Phase 3 is ovulation, occurring on approximately day 14. A sharp surge in the hormone LH causes the mature follicle to burst open and release the egg into the fallopian tube. The egg then has just 12 to 24 hours to be fertilized. Phase 4 is the luteal phase, covering days 15 to 28. The burst follicle becomes the corpus luteum and produces progesterone, which maintains the endometrium lining. If the egg is not fertilized, the corpus luteum breaks down, progesterone drops, and menstruation begins again. The egg cell. The egg cell, called an ovum, is the largest cell in the entire human body. It is approximately 0.1 millimeters across, which means it is actually visible to the naked eye, unlike most human cells. The ovum cannot move independently. After ovulation, tiny hair-like projections called cilia sweep it along the fallopian tube toward the uterus. The ovum has a nucleus containing 23 chromosomes, half the genetic information needed for a new human being. Surrounding the nucleus is cytoplasm, then the cell membrane, and then an outer protective layer called the zona pellucida. This zona pellucida is what sperm must break through to fertilize the egg. If fertilization does not occur within 12 to 24 hours of ovulation, the egg degenerates and the opportunity is lost until the next cycle. Now, for controlling hormones. The entire female reproductive cycle is controlled by 4 hormones. FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone, is produced by the pituitary gland and tells the ovary to start maturing a follicle. LH, luteinizing hormone, is also from the pituitary gland, and its surge on day 13 to 14 is what triggers ovulation. Estrogen is produced by the growing follicle inside the ovary. It thickens the endometrium lining and triggers the LH surge at the right moment. Progesterone is produced after ovulation by the corpus luteum. It maintains the endometrium so that a fertilized egg can implant successfully. If pregnancy does not occur, progesterone falls, the lining sheds, and the cycle restarts from day 1. These 4 hormones work together in a precise sequence every single month. Let us go through everything we covered today. The ovaries produce egg cells called ova and the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Females are born with all their eggs, they cannot produce new ones. The fallopian tubes carry the egg from the ovary to the uterus and are where fertilization takes place. The uterus is where a fertilized egg implants and a baby develops. The menstrual cycle lasts 28 days on average and has 4 phases: menstruation, follicular, ovulation and luteal. For hormones control the cycle: FSH, LH, estrogen and progesterone. And the ovum is the largest human cell, viable for only 12 to 24 hours after ovulation. In the next lesson, we are going to cover fertilization, exactly what happens when sperm meets egg, and how a new human life begins. Please subscribe for more educational videos. See you in the next one. Cheers!
Thank you.